Desolate, hot, wasteland, or normally what you think about when you see a desert. But I think the proper adjectives are beautiful, serene, and alluring. At least, that's what I'd say about our hike that we're sharing with you today, the Fire Wave and Seven Wonders Loop in Valley of Fire State Park. Located on the main hiking corridor of Valley of Fire State Park is our favorite trail in the entire park. It features sherbet-colored sandstone, a slot canyon, and even a movie set. The Seven Wonders Loop Trail is a 2.1 unmarked trail that connects with various other trails to create a loop. It's known for featuring 7 spectacular geologic formations. However, none of them are marked and you have to find them. This is an important note for this hike. During the hotter months, the Fire Wave Trail is likely to be closed because there is a lack of shade available between June 1st and September 30th. Why does this matter for the Seven Wonders? Well, the Fire Wave is part of that connector trail. There are several places to park to start this hike. You don't have to start at the same place as everyone else. You can kind of make your own way. Today, we're going to be starting our hike at the Fire Wave Trail. This part of the hike is pretty well marked and is very popular among visitors. And that's for obvious reasons because this part of the trail is simply amazing. As you can see, this is similar to a lot of the other hikes that are located in the Valley of Fire State Park. Follow the sandy trail towards the cliffs and then you will eventually turn to the right. As you can see, the beginning of this hike is rather quite sandy and it's going to be that for most of the way. The good news is this area has the most elevation change and it only is a few small hills, so it's really nothing too major. After you get around this rock called Gibraltar Rock, the trail does become more rockier, giving you some reprieve from your sand hiking. As you're hiking, you'll notice these large boulders and the large amount of shade that they do provide. Well, lucky for you, the park was thinking about the hikers. They actually have a little bench right here for you.
Oh my gosh, literal benches. So Dane, how's the trail so far?
It's great. We're 1/100th of a fraction done.
No. After a quick rest, you'll quickly have the Gibraltar Rock behind you and you'll start to notice the landscape changing. Soon, you'll start to see the Fire Wave off in the distance. At this point, when you're hiking on the rocks, the trail might not be so clear, but if you pay attention, there are several markers that'll keep you guided in the correct direction. And before you know it, you'll be in the heart of the Fire Wave. At this point, you have a decision to make. You could hang out here and go back the way you came and just enjoy the Fire Wave portion of the hike. Or you could choose to be a little more adventurous and continue on the Seven Wonders Loop. We decided we wanted to be more adventurous that day and our legs weren't quite as tired, so we decided to continue towards the Seven Wonders Loop, which will take you right past the Fire Wave. On the day we were there, the light for the Fire Wave wasn't as great as some of the pictures that we had seen. Still, this sandstone is rather impressive. I've heard it compared to the wave, but since we haven't been to the wave, I don't know if it's actually accurate. Still, as you can see, the color changes between the sandstone layers is rather impressive and does give the wave-like appearance. Before you know it, you'll reach this sign stating you're starting the Seven Wonders Loop.
So we have reached the end of the Fire Wave Trail and we are going to continue on the Seven Wonders Loop. So far, it's been really actually kind of easy. Now that I said those words, it's probably going to get worse. It says it's moderately strenuous for this next part. We're going to see what that means in Nevada terms, because moderately strenuous in Moab terms is not a picnic. So we're going to see what this actually is, if it's actually moderately strenuous or not. And we'll take you along and we will continue hiking, but so far it's gorgeous and I highly recommend at least the first part.
The next part of the trail, you'll be following a wash, and this will take you to the famous pastel pink canyon. Our question was, is it really pink? I guess we're about to find out. It's supposed to be really neat, and we're hoping that it's worth this hike. As you can see, there's some different sized rocks to avoid. Maybe some careful footwork might be needed. It was honestly not too bad. It's just, if you've ever walked in a wash before, it's exactly like how you're imagining it. You're just walking through sand and rocks. And before you know it, you'll start to see some pink rocks on the horizon up there. Ooh, those look kind of pretty.
I can see the rainbow here.
I know, right?
Oh,
Roots.
I don't know.
They were the roots, remember when we were in that one canyon?
There you go, roots or something. Look at that. Smooth, it's kind of like the wave, but we've never been there.
That looks like a river.
No, right?
Yeah, right. You see how smooth the rock is?
Yeah.
Rock.
It's like a slot canyon.
That's what I was trying to think of.
It's super smooth.
Super smooth. This is kind of like Wild Horse Canyon, but slower. It's slightly.
A river. No. Now we can see the truck.
No, you still couldn't fit the truck very well.
Yes, it will just go to the side.
Look at it, Everett. It's just all whooshy.
That's
I
cool.
want to walk on part of it.
Once you walk through the canyon, you'll eventually get to the road crossing. You'll want to be careful here since you'll have to cross and there is no crosswalk, so pay attention if you have small children. There are some signs on the road saying watch for pedestrians, but let's be honest, you don't want to trust people's reading skills. Once you cross the road, you'll be greeted with another canyon walk through a wash. Before too long, you'll have an important decision to make on this hike. Should you add extra mileage and go see the movie set? Or should you just continue on the loop? Well, we wanted to see it all. So before we reached the junction, we had decided that we would continue on to the movie set when we eventually got to that point. Now, I will tell you on this hike, it makes you wonder why they call it 7 Wonders Loop. Because there are wonders around every corner. I know they're just trying to focus on the main aspects of the trail, but really this is just a wonders loop. Not just 7, but everything in here. They're rock formations. They're just all amazing and gorgeous, and they all should be appreciated as you take this hike. I will tell you too, that after a while, you kind of get rock fatigue, where everything starts looking the same after a while, and it's all so amazing that you just kind of glaze over. So if you need to take your time and reset yourself, take a break, find some shade, that will help you appreciate the rocks even more. After navigating through a small canyon and over some large rocks, you'll eventually make it to the movie set. The ruins appear to be a symbol of ancient times, but they were actually from a 1965 movie, The Professionals. But not only that movie was filmed here. The uniqueness of the park has become known with over 45 commercial film shoots every year. Other popular movies that were filmed here include The Electric Horseman and Star Trek's Generations. The park has also been filmed in many commercials. Today, instead of leaving things behind, we now leave only footprints with the no trace policy. After you visit the movie set, you'll continue back the way you came.
So we are on the 7 Wonders Trail, and so far it's pretty good. We took a detour to the movie set, which is still wall standing. There's a nice description of the area, and we are on the backside of the 7 Wonders, and we are working our way back to the truck. This part has probably been the most strenuous. I would call this not hard, probably just moderate. I wouldn't call it moderately strenuous. So far, this part has just been more moderate, but we'll see if there's more strenuous part. But so far, so good. It's really, really pretty, and I would recommend it so far.
So this next section of the hike is probably what I would call the most difficult part. You kind of have to find your way up this little canyon and climb some slick rock. I'm not sure if this is one of the wonders called Crazy Hill, but I think I'm going to call it for the purpose of this because you do kind of have to way hike, and it's kind of crazy to get your way up it. But I'm probably wrong. It's probably not Crazy Hill, but there you go. Also, I'm not sure where we missed it, but we were on the main trail that we thought was the main trail, I guess, but we didn't get to see Thunderstorm Arch, and we didn't get to see the fire cave. So I'm not sure where they're located. There were some people across the way on the canyon side, but we thought that that was White Dome. So if you are hiking in this area, just make sure to, I guess, spend your time and try to find those things. But we looked and we were running out of energy at this point, so we just wanted to make it back to the truck. After a quick climb out of the canyon, you'll soon be at one of the parking lots, and then you'll just cross the road depending on where you've parked. So just be careful if you're crossing the road again like we were.
What did you think of that? All those 2 hikes we did?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was a cool loop, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it too strenuous. What does Dad say?
What's my hair say? It was strenuous enough.
It's strenuous enough. I would say the end is kind of more strenuous.
It's hard.
The climbing, because you're tired at the end. Once you see the arch, you just want to be done.
It's fair distance.
So, but it's definitely worth doing if you're in the area, I would say. Now let's get some air conditioning.
That's my goal. You have to get in closed door if you want that.